Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. In the last class, I explained what is a break statement and what is a labeled break. It's completed. Hello? It's completed or not completed? Varshini,
Yes, sir.
it's
Completed, sir.
completed. Okay, fine. Next, we'll come to infinite for already completed Java while loop and do while. Okay, Java break statement. I think all of you know what is the break statement. It calibrates the loop in the middle. While condition based, okay, while condition based inside the loop, you have to break the loop. From inside the loop, we have to break the loop. That's the break statement. Once a break is there in the loop means the loop has terminated automatically. Okay, the loop has terminated automatically. Okay, already I said that suppose how can you stop the infinite loop? How can you stop the infinite loop? Simply, you can stop the infinite loop. Okay, that is while true or for semicolon. Inside the loop, that is infinite loop. For semicolon means that is infinite loop. While true means that is also infinite loop. How can you terminate it means using the condition, using the decision making statement inside the loop. Okay, suppose for I is equal to 1. Okay, I is equal to 1. I have to print 1 to 10 using the while block or for block by using infinite mode means for semicolon int initially I is equal to 1, if I is equal to 11 break, definitely I will reach the 11. Whenever the I will reach the 11 it will break the loop. Okay, break the loop
Sir,
means termination has completed.
sir, sorry for disturbance. We came across only for loops, sir. We should tell while and do while also, sir.
While and do while is also same, no change. The little bit of the syntaxes are different, that's all. They
Okay,
come
sir.
to n for do while this is the condition here. Okay, simply if the condition is true, executed, that means this is repeatedly executed up to until the condition false. Okay, until the condition false. Look here, int I is equal to 1 while I is less than or equal to 10, system.out.println I plus plus. What is the initial value of I? 1 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true, come inside, then print the I value and increment the I value. Whenever the I value is reached to 1, reached to 11, it has stopped. What is the termination condition? Suppose you can understand what is the termination value of I, then you can write it that is by using break statement also. What is the termination value of I here? On what value that is terminated?
11, sir.
11. Okay, how do you write it? Okay, simple. You have to write it this one. What is the infinite loop here? Here, what is the infinite loop? While true is the infinite loop. While true is infinite loop. This is infinite. While true means that is always true. Okay, initially what's the I value? We'll take the initial I value is 1. If I is equal to 11. The termination condition here I will write it. If I value is reached to 11 means simply write it break. System.out.println I plus plus. Okay, initially what is I value? 1. Initially I is equal to 1. Now come to I is equal to 1 while true. This is infinite. Number of times the loop has executed means you don't know. The number of times the loop has executed you don't know, but you have to stop it. Okay, we'll make a rounds. Okay, you will start the rounds, but I don't set you how many number of rounds. Whenever I can stop, I will count how many number of rounds you have to finish. If you can count means that is a while condition. You don't know how many number of rounds you have to make it. Whenever you don't know, but I know how many number of times. Okay, I will count what is your how many number of rounds has completed. Once suppose 10 rounds have completed, okay, I will say simply will stop it. Stop. Simply will stop. Okay, that is called as break. Inside the loop, that means having the break means using that condition while should not be count the values. Should not count the values. Who can count the values here? That means the termination condition while I is less than or equal to 10 means whenever the I value reach to 11, how the while loop has stopped there. In the same way, I will write the infinite loop while true. If I value is reached to 11, break the loop. That is terminate the loop. Okay, where the condition has executed inside the loop. The termination condition has evaluated inside the loop. Because of that is infinite. If it is the finite loop means while the instead of true having the condition, there we will write I is less than or equal to 10. What is the termination value of I? That value you have to consider, write it the decision making statement inside the while block, inside the loop. Once the condition has, whenever the I value is reached to 11, simply it can stop. Break the loop. It can terminate the loop. Okay, it can terminate the loop. This is finite, finite while this is finite while this is infinite while. Output is same in both cases. The output is same in both cases. Okay, understand what is the finite and what is the infinite. Understand what is the finite and what is the infinite.
Yes, sir.
Infinite means where you have to stop the loop inside. Finite means with the help of while the condition value, if it is true, it will execute the loop, otherwise it will be terminated. That's all. Okay, that is while. That is infinite while means while true is called as, look here, this is the already once and for I think this is explained for B section. Okay, that is infinite. Here this is the infinite loop. While true, how many number of times infinite while loop is executed? You don't know. It cannot be stopped. But in Java, using Control C, this is continuously get the output infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite while loop like this. Finally, you can press the Control C. Okay, it will stop the loop. Not stop the loop, but that has closed. Okay, that has closed. That is simply Control C means that is the control. Stop the control. Okay, stop the control. Okay, Java do while. Do while is also do and while. Okay, the difference between while and do while is while in the while first check the condition, then come inside. If the based on condition. If the condition is true, come inside. But in do while, first execute the block, do the statements, then check the condition. Then check the condition. First check the do the statements. Do this work. Later I will check it. Later I will check the condition. If the condition is true, once again you have to do until condition false. Okay, until condition is false, like this. Okay, but here the concept is how many minimum number of times while block is executed.
At least one time.
Even the condition is failure at very starting, how many number of times while block is executed? Zero
One time.
times. Zero time while block. Even
Why?
very starting the while condition has failure. Suppose I is equal to 10. I is equal to 10. In while block, I will write it I is less than or equal to I is less than 10. 10 is less than 10 is false. While block is executed, no, 0 times. I is equal to 10, while I is less than 10. Okay, I is equal to 10. I will show here. I is equal to 10. I is equal to 10. While I is less than 10. I is less than 10. What are the statements inside? How many number of times is this block is executed? 0 number of times. It cannot be executed. How it can be executed? I is 10, 10 is less than 10 is false. First check the condition. If the condition is true, block has executed. Okay, the same thing I will write it by using do while. By using do while I is equal to 10. Do, suppose I will write something. While I is less than 10. Okay, while I is less than 10. Here, do the statements first. Do the block first. Block of statements executed first. Then 10 is less than 10 false. Whenever 10 is less than false, this condition false, before that already do while block has executed once. Already do while block has executed once. How many minimum number of times the do while block has executed means 1. Maximum is that is secondary. That depends upon the condition. How many minimum number of times? Okay, how many minimum number of times the do while block has executed means 1. How many minimum number of times while block executed means 0. Okay, understand? That's the concept. What is the difference between do while and while? Okay, most of the cases we cannot follow the do while. Okay, this is do while, infinite do while. Infinite do while is also same while do while true. While is at back. That is while true. How can you stop it? Control C. How can you stop it? Control C. Control C. Next, coming to Java break statement. Where is the Java break statement here? I think something has skipped missed here. Okay, no problem. Java break statement means oh, this is the Java break statement. Look here. This is the syntax. Breaks semicolon is the syntax. Okay, but already I said that break with label and break without label. Break with label is not a concept in C language. Just you have to use the break in C language. But here break with label is also there. Break after which, suppose if you have single loop, then using the break you have to stop it. Suppose whenever you have to follow the nesting of loops. Okay, outer for loop and inner for loop. Now the inner for loop having the break, which loop has terminated here? Only inner for loop. Only inner for loop. Look here. This is the normal break. Okay, this is the normal break. You have only the single for loop. There is no nesting. If there is no nesting, no need of break with label. No need of break with label. Suppose the first statement having the block for block having the break statement means automatically the loop has terminated. Okay, when do you go for break with label? Suppose if you have more than one loop, that is nesting. Then the innermost, okay, I will explain. Okay, look the Java break statement with inner loop. Look here, here having the break. Which loop having the break here? Inner loop having the break. Inner loop having the break means only the inner loop has to be terminated, but not outer loop. But not outer loop. Only which loop have the break statement, that loop has terminated. Okay, look here, what is the output? I is equal to 1. Whenever I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2, break the loop. Okay, break the loop. Okay, break the loop means what are the values are not printed? That means these two values are not printed. That means 2, 2 and 2, 3 are not printed. Break the loop means what's the meaning? What is the I value, j value here? I is equal to 2, j is equal to 2. Whenever that condition has satisfied, second row, second column has. Whenever you will go to second row, second column, we don't want to print. Second row, second column, we don't want to print. Okay, at the same time, after second row, second column, what's the next position? Second row, third column. Second row, third column also not printed. That is the break. Break the inner loop. Break the inner loop means j has reached to 4. How this break has how the statement has finished. Okay, with the j value with how it is terminated means j value is equal to 4. That is breaks. The breaks with j is equal to 4. The terminated with j is equal to 4. Break the loop, whatever that j value. What is the here whenever the break has executed? What's the j value? J is equal to 2. J is equal to 2. Break the loop means the inner for loop has terminated. That is jth loop has terminated. Then you will go to execute the outer for loop. It is not terminated because of break is not in the outer for loop. Okay, where is the break? Break is in the inner for loop. This is the inner for loop. Okay, break is in the inner for loop, not at outer for loop. Okay, where is the break? In the inner for loop. Okay, where is the system.out.println? That is in the inner for loop. Okay, if is in the inner for loop. These are belongs to inner for loop. Okay, this belongs to outer for loop. Okay, whenever break means only the inner for loop has completed, then executing the next I value. Whenever j is equal to 2, I is equal to 2, what's the I value? I is equal to 2 means next outer for loop, what's the next value of outer for loop? 3. 3 is less than or equal to 3. Once again, you have to start j is equal to 1. Once again, j is equal to 1. What are the values are skipped here? 2, 2 and 2, 3 are skipped. Remaining all values are printed. Okay, look here 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. What the pairs are missed here? 2, 2 and 2, 3. Because of it's a break. What is the reason we are getting here only 2, 1 means whenever I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2, break the inner for loop. That is terminate the inner for loop means 2, 2 is not printed, 3, 3 is not printed. Next it can increment the what is the next row? The row second row, second position, third position has not to be printed. It will goes to third row. Okay, it will goes to third row. That is simple break. Labeled for loop. Okay, labeled means suppose I have to stop it. Okay, whenever where is the break statement here in the inner for loop? Where is the break statement in the inner for loop? Where is the break statement in the inner for loop? Okay, whenever I is equal to 2, j is equal to 2, break AA. Break AA, this is pointing the outer for loop. Okay, this is specified the outer for loop. Now which loop has terminated? Outer for loop has terminated. Outer for loop has terminated means what are the pairs we are getting here? 1, 1 we are getting. 1, 2 we are getting. 1, 3, 2, 1. But after 2, 1, no pair has displayed. But in the inner for loop having the break means, okay, inner for loop having the break means Whenever I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2, that is break, not a label break. Which loop has terminated? Only the inner for loop has terminated. After 2 1, we will get the 3 1, 3 2, 3 3, but not 2 2 and 2 3. Whenever this is specified to outer for loop, you will get only up to 2 1 only. Outer for loop has terminated means outer for loop itself having the inner for loop. Inner for loop is automatically terminated. Automatically terminated. Okay, understand all of you. What's the concept here? Understand? Devi Priya,
Yes.
G Devi Priya, 540.
Yes.
Okay. That is whenever the inner for loop having the break, okay, only it has terminated inner for loop. Suppose whenever the inner for loop have the break with label, that label has specified to outer for loop. The outer for loop has terminated. Outer for loop has terminated means it is automatically terminate the inner for loop also. That's it. That is the when you can apply the break with label in the nested loops only, that is advantageous. Suppose you have only single loop break, what is the need to specify break EAA, the label EAA to a loop that is automatically terminated. Why do you give the labeling? This loop has terminated. You have only one loop that is automatically terminated. What is the need to give the labeling? ఈ loop terminate కావాలని చెప్పడం ఏంటి? That's meaningless. Suppose if you have more than one loop having another loop, another loop having the one more loop, means now we can specify whenever this condition is true, which loop we have to terminate. Simply you can write the break. Where is the break in which loop having the break? That loop has terminated. Suppose I want to terminate the parent loop. Innermost means innermost having the outer loop. Suppose I want to terminate that outer loop means now we can use the label. Otherwise, no need of label. Suppose you have single loop, so you can use it no label, that's meaningless. Okay, do while also having the label. Do while break with label, not label. Suppose label concept is for only nesting, exclusively for only nesting, not for single loops. Okay, here having the I is equality 5. Okay, break, I plus plus break. Okay, do while loop also having the break whenever the condition has satisfied. Okay, the next one is continue. All of you know continue. How many people know continue? What's the meaning of continue? No one? Hello, respond. Mr. Hemant, 529. Chirkur Hemant. Chirkur Hemant.
Sir,
Do you know what
sir.
is continue?
No, sir.
You don't know, huh? Break means break the loop. Terminate the loop. Continue means it is continued. What is the need to tell? That is already continued. That is in the process of continue. Suppose I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 10, I plus plus means what is the need to tell continue? That is automatically 10 times automatically it will be continued. What is the need to tell once again continue? Means listen, this is very important. Skip logic. Filter logic. What is the continue means? Suppose in your class from 501 to 565. Okay, 501 to 565. Suppose 505, suppose I don't know which number has there. Suppose come to the, I know in B section, 566 to 599, I want to print it. In between, there is no 568 and there is no 593. Understand? 566 to 599. These are the numbers, our students' numbers. Second CSC. Up to 599, I want to print. Okay, in between, 560 is not be there, 593 is not be there. I don't want to print 568 and 593. I don't want to print 568 and 593. The remaining numbers I will print it. The remaining numbers I will print it. That is called as, at that situation, we can follow the continue. At that situation, we can follow the continue. How it is? Look here, 566 to 599 less than or equal to. Initially, what's the I value? 566. 566 is less than 599. If I is equality 568 or 593, what's the value of I here? 566. That is not equal to 568 and 593. That means continue is not executed. Here the continue belongs. If doesn't have the block means single statement has considered by the compiler. The block having the single statement. Continue belongs to ublock. System.out.println, this statement did not belongs to ublock. Okay, what is the I value? 566. 566 is not equal to 68 and 593. That means continue is not executed. System.out.println, what is the I value? 566 is printed. Okay, then increment the I value. 567. 567 is less than or equal to 593. 567 is equal to 568 or 593? No. Then continue is not executed. Once again, system.out.println, I 567 has printed. Next. Okay, incrementing the I value. 568. 568 is less than or equal to 599. True. I is equal to 568. Condition is true. Then continue means whenever any block having the continue means with satisfied the condition with in that block having the continue. Once have the continue here means, okay, it has to be continued from there. Whatever that after the continue, if any statements in the block, no statement is executed. Continue means whenever it is continue means 568, then incrementing the next I value. 568 is skipped. System.out.println is not executed because of continued from there. It is continued from there. From here it is continued means after continue, what is the statement here? System.out.println is not being executed. System.out.println is not executed means continue means what's the next value? 569. Okay, 569. System.out.println is not executed means 560 is not printed. Now what's the value? 569. 569 is less than or equal to 599. If I is equal to 569, no. I is equal to 568 and 593, no. Continue is not executed. Once again, system.out.println, what is the value? 569. 569. Where is the 568 here? 560 is filtered. Filtered in the sequence. Some of the numbers I don't want to print means, what are the numbers? You will write it with the help of if condition with a continue. Whenever the I value is 593, 593 is less than or equal to 599. Condition is true. If I is equal to 568 and 593, yes, I is equal to 593 or 68 or 593. Once again continue. 593 is not printed. Once again increment the I value. 594. 593 is not printed. 592 and then 594. Up to 599 the numbers have printed. Okay. Without using continue also you have to do it. Without using continue, what's the logic you have to find out here? If these two numbers are, if the I value has reached to either 568 or 593, okay, it will goes to execute incrementing the I value. It will goes to next value. It will goes to next value means, okay, simply don't worry, you don't write it, nothing you have to write there. If but the system.out.println you have to write in else block. Okay, look here, with continue, without continue, not with, this is without continue, I is equal to here if block, this is the u block, no statements in the u block. No statements in the u block, this is the else statement. If having the else, I is equal to 566, 66 is less than 599. I is equal to 568 or 593, no, else block is executed. If is not executed means else is executed. 567, that is not also 568, else block is executed. Next 568, 568 is the 568 there. If is executed, what is here? Nothing here. Nothing here means no statement has executed. If is executed means else is not executed. Else is not executed means print system.out.println is not executed. System.out.println is not executed means the value has not been printed. It will goes to next value of 5, that is 569. For only 568 and 593, if block is executed. For remaining I values, the else block is executed. The else block having the print value. The statement of print of I value. The else block. Okay, understand, only two numbers are filtered here. No statements in this block. Like this also we'll write it, continue logic. Without to continue, this is the continue logic. Skip logic, filter logic. Understand? Understand without using. Respond. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next coming to continue statement with example. Okay, same already I said that what is the continue up to above. Then coming to loops. Continue with loops. Okay, break with labeling. Continue with labeling is also available in Java. That's also possible in Java. Look here, the inner for loop having the continue here. Okay, if I is equal to 2, j is equal to 2, continue. I is equal to 2, j is equal to 2, continue. Continue means, where is the continue statement here? Inner for loop. Which is continued? Inner for loop or outer for loop? Inner for loop has continued. Okay, that means inner for loop has completed. Continued means if after continue, after that no statement has executed. That means 2 has not been printed. 2 has not been printed. If it is break, what's the output we will get it in the previous? 2 3 are not printed. Here by using the continue, only 2 has skipped. 2 3 has printed. Okay, continue means it can increment the next value of I, next value of j. 3 is less than or equal to 3, I is equal to 2, j is equal to 3. Condition false, system.out.println I is equal to 2, j is equal to 3. Okay, I is equal to 2, j is equal to 3. Okay, we'll print the 2 3, but in break 2 2 is not printed, 2 3 is not printed. Then 3 1 3 2 3 3 is printed. If inner loop having the break statement without label. Here continue statement without label in the inner for loop. Okay, only the pair has skipped. 2 pair has skipped. The remaining all the pairs you will get it. Okay, look here. Except 2 all the values are there. Continue the inner for loop. Because of continue is in the inner for loop means continue with that condition. The 2 is not printed. Then what's the next value of j? What's the next value of j? Suppose continue with AA. AA is specifying the outer for loop. Where is the AA? That is it, outer for loop. The labeling at outer for loop, not for inner for loop. No need to give the label for inner for loop. Just you have to write the continue or break. Look here, whenever I is equal to 2, j is equal to 2 means, okay, a 2 combination, continue AA. Continue AA, the label is at outer for loop. Okay, it will continue from here. That means up to 2 1 has printed, I is equal to 2, j is equal to 2, it will continue. Which loop has continued? Outer for loop has completed. Outer for loop has continued. Outer for loop has completed. It will goes to next I value. 2, 2 and 2, 3 is not printed because of the label is given for outer for loop. It will goes to next row. 2, 2 chair, 2, 3 chair has skipped. It will go to next line. Okay, suppose there is no labeling in the inner for loop. Just you are writing the continue. Just to skip the 2, 2 chair. Then you can fill the 2, 3. It's not a problem. Whenever you have to specify continue AA, that is specified to outer for loop, inner for loop has completed. Inner for loop has terminated. Inner for loop has terminated. What are the values in the inner for loop? Up to 2 1 only printed. 2 2 2 3 is not printed. It will goes to next to row. That is I value has incremented. What's the output here? 1 1 1 2 1 3 2 1 3 1 3 2 3 3. 2 2 1 3 3 is not printed. 2 2 and 2 3 is not printed because of the continue statement in the inner for loop is specified the label of outer for loop. Okay, this is AA is the label. The label is specified to outer for loop. It will goes to here. It will goes to here. Get the next row. I is equal to 3. Okay, this is the labeling. Continue and break. Okay, continue and break. Next one. Continue statement is also while and also do while also we have to write in the same manner. Next coming to Java arrays. I think all of you know array. What is an array? What is an array? Java arrays or C arrays, any type of array. Array is a collection of homogeneous elements, homogeneous objects, same kind of. Okay, grouping together, same kind of data types, data values are grouped together is called as an array. Boys array, girls array, like this. Only boys and only girls. Okay, now same kind of that is this is the starting index is 0 in Java also, ending index is n-1. But what is the problem? What is the advantages or disadvantages in Java? Suppose what's the syntax of array declaration in C language? This is the int a of 10. Data type followed by array variable name followed by in the brackets if it is the one dimensional array. How many types of arrays? One dimensional, two dimensional, or multi-dimensional. This is data type integer array. What is the name of array? A. How many integers? 10 integers. 10 is the subscript or index or size within the brackets. Okay, within the brackets. That means 10 integers are. Int a of 10 means what's the meaning? What's the meaning of int a of 10? Means 10 integers are there. For 10 integers, the memory has allocated 20 bytes continuously, sequentially. 20 bytes are allocated sequentially. The starting byte value address, the starting byte name is a of 0. After 2 bytes, a of 1, like this, a of 0, a of 1, a of 2. 20 bytes allocated compile time. At compile time. But in Java, you cannot write it int a of 10. We cannot write it int a of 10. Don't give the size while declaring any kind of arrays. While declaring any type of arrays, you don't give the you don't give the size. You don't give the size. Just you have to declare this is int a of no size. Int a of no size. That is the error in the C language. In such a way you will write it in C error. In Java, no error. Okay, understand? Int a of 10 you will write in C, no error. But in Java, error. You cannot specify the size while declaring the arrays. Any type of arrays, either one dimensional or two dimensional or multi-dimensional, any dimensional array, you should not be use the size of the array while declaring. What is the reason means? In C language, int a of 10 means if there is no 10 there, you will get the error. How many number of bytes are allocated at the time of compilation? You cannot specify means compiler cannot do. It will report the error. How many number of bytes I will allocate means the compiler doesn't know if there is no size. The memory has allocated at compilation for arrays in C language, but in Java, for arrays at runtime the memory has allocated. That's why no size has given at the time of declaration. The memory has allocated for arrays in Java at runtime, not at compilation. Not at compilation, that is compile time memory allocation. No static memory allocation for arrays. At runtime, it has to be allocated. The memory has allocated at runtime. Okay, that is int of 10 is in, this is not a error statement in C language, but in Java, this is error. Int a of, this is, okay, this is the error in C language, but not in Java. No error in Java. Okay, one more in Java. Actually, you have to declare data type followed by array variable name and that is the brackets, in brackets having the size in C language. Size is removed in Java. Okay, but here one more kind of declaration of array. Here first brackets, next array variable name. First you will write the brackets, next you will write the array variable name also. That is also valid in Java. Okay, that is also valid in Java, no problem. Okay, how can you instantiation? Instantiation means allocating the memory for array. Allocating the memory for array is called as instantiation. Okay, now look here, this is the syntax. Array reference variable is equal to new data type of size. New means this is the memory allocation operator. Okay, come to the example. Int a, no size here. Once you will give the size here, we will get automatically error. Is equal to new int of 5. Okay, new is the allocation of memory for how many integers? 5 integers. That is at runtime the instantiation has done. Instantiation is the concept of runtime. That's not at compile time concept. Instantiation. Okay, instantiation is the concept of runtime. That's not at compile time. Okay, here the instantiation int a is equal to int a is equal to new into 5 means what kind of array it is, how many number of integers are required. Here this is integer, this is also integer. What kind of array it is? Integer array. That means how many integers are required? Int of 5, brackets, square brackets. Okay, instead of that, this is the single statement. You have to done with the single statement. You have to be done with the help of single statement. Otherwise, this is also valid. Int a without space, without size, you have to declare the array variable. What kind of array variable it is? Integer array variable. Then you have to instantiation. While instantiation, you don't use the brackets. What is the name of the array is equal to new int of 5. How many number of integers? What is the name of the array here? A. A is equal to new int of 5. Okay, new int of 5. This is also valid. But what's the precaution? You don't use the brackets here. We don't use the brackets here. While instantiation, declaration is in one statement and instantiation is in some other statement means don't give the brackets. Simply what is the variable name? Array variable name is equal to new what kind of it is. If it is integer, int of 5. If it is a float, float of 5. Okay, then come to initialization. How many integers here? 5 integers. A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4. Okay, what are the values? A of 0 is equal to 10, A of 1 is equal to 20, A of 2 is equal to 70, A of 3 is equal to 40, A of 4 is equal to 50. Now I want to traversing an array. Traversing an array means visiting all the values and printing the values. Is called as traversing. To print the array is called as traversing. One more important in Java. Actually, how many integers here? 5 integers. How do you print the values for I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, or n having the 5, I is less than n, I plus plus. System.out.println, a of I. Okay, system.out.println, a of I. But in Java, one more special feature, no need to write the how many number of integers in terms of value or in terms of variable. Simply write a dot length. A dot length means how many integers are allocated. How many integers are allocated? 5 integers are allocated. That value a dot length has replaced with 5. A dot length. Okay, a dot length has replaced with 5. This is the one more additional feature, excellent feature in Java. A dot length. Don't give the brackets. A dot length. A is an array variable. Dot length means it will returns length of the array. Okay, it will returns length of the it will be replaced with the length of the array. What's the length of the array? How many integers are there? 5 integers. Okay, 5 integers. That is int a brackets is equal to what they were writing int a of brackets is equal to new int of 5. That 5. Okay, that 5 is the number here. A dot length means the a dot length has replaced with 5. Okay, has replaced with 5. That is the one more advantages in Java. This is not in C language. Okay, next coming to declaration, initialization, all right, right. Next, for each loop. Okay, while explaining the for loop, this for loop for each is also I explained. Okay, this is the data type variable and array. Come to the int array is equal to 33, 3, 4, 5. This is called as initialization of array. Same. In C language also, this statement is value statement. While initialization of one-dimensional array, no need to give the size. No need to give the size. But in Java, whatever it is one-dimensional or two-dimensional, you should not either declaration or initialization, you should not give the size. We should not give the size. Okay, int array is equal to 33, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll write it. This is the for loop, for each loop, for I colon array, for int I colon arr. Arr is a array. What's the starting index of array? 0. Arr of 0. Array of 0 has assigned to I at very starting. That is assigned to I. What's the I value here? 33. This is the arr of 0. Then system.out.println I 33. Next, ARR of 1. You no need to increment the index value like this. It is automatically incremented. Once one value has fetched from the array means, where is the next value? Where is the pointer? Next value. It can point the next value. Next, the index. What is the next index? 1. ARR array of 1 has assigned to I. What is the I value? Next value 3. Okay, next 3 has printed. ARR of 2. Okay, now that is 4. 4 has assigned. Next ARR of 3. Whenever all the elements have finished in an array, it is automatically terminated. Okay, it is automatically terminated. That is the advantage of for each. Okay, that is the advantage